Hello, hello. What up, guys? Welcome back. Gonna be another late one. As I had another itch to keep playing. Yeah, here. I didn't do any digging, but I tried playing again. And it seemed to be working without any crashes. So, I don't know what that was all about. We'll see. Hopefully we can get a little bit further than a couple hours without having a crash. 1.7 hasn't really been stable. Okay. All right, good. So yeah, um, after the events that took place at the garbage, Bruno was left puzzled and dumbfounded, and he had an ominous feeling that the institute wasn't telling him everything that there was to tell about the current situation, and about Bruno's reason for being in the zone, real reason for being in the zone, that is. But the institute was clear that he couldn't initiate contact, so he's just gonna have to stay put and continue with his primary objective again, which is sorry, probably couldn't hear me at all there. I was saying, as he can't make contact with the institute because they instructed him not to, he's gonna have to wait till they make contact, and in the meantime, just continue south in search of clear sky. Previous stream, we were able to meet up with, like randomly bump into a clear sky member at the train depot, and after having a friendly conversation with him, we were able to find out the exact coordinates of the clear sky base. So, Bruno has that intel now too. And that's all thanks to his extroverted nature. Because if he was an introvert, he probably wouldn't have approached that clear sky stalker. Turn that off. This is the stuff that we grabbed off the Institute personnel. At the top of the garbage pile there. I have to hide it somewhere. Like a stash. At the back of Butcher's shop here. Butcher, I need to rent the locker. How much will it cost me? Yeah, this should be sufficient. Thank you, my friend. I also found a DVL on one of the Institute operatives. And it's in pretty good condition, I might add. Definitely gonna come in handy. Or we could sell that. We'll see what's his face? No tech willing to give us for it. Alright, so Bruno does have an Institute patch in his possession now, and a lot of more questions than he originally started with. Okay, so I don't know what we should grab with us, or we should leave. I have to crack a bunch of these PDAs that we found on the Institute members. See if we could get any intel, maybe a reason for them being in the zone. Definitely have to hold on to those for now, though. Okay, I'm gonna make our way south. It's a nice and clear day outside. Beautiful out here. Pick a good day to get out there. That makes sense. Why is it like that? The fuck? With a shotgun? At least. like shotguns then. I feel like it's not supposed to be like that. Why are they all the same? 0.8, 0.8. Yeah, I think it's... Alright, let's get going. Anomalies are pretty hard to spot. The last time I went here, got met by a bureau and we had to run away. Ungodly things. Bureaus. Wow, that's pretty. Come in handy for a Walther. wise to wander here without a gas mask. Proper protection. Find out if the way to the cordon is. The army has another block post there. Other way around again. Hello. 357? A glucose syringe? Thank you. Oh, hello. Have to be really quiet. I'd be able to sneak a peek, see if there's any military there. Just a rest. Can't let them. The coast is. How long? I should probably get out of here. Should definitely not overstay. Welcome.
motherfucker.
Jesus. Was good. It's working, yeah. I didn't do anything. I deleted that device that I spawned for previous RP session. I don't know, maybe that's what was doing it. Maybe I had too many objects placed on the map in different levels, and it was causing a memory. I don't know. I don't know, man. It also, like, it could be a heat thing, because during the day it's like plus 40 in my rooms. It's just cooking. I was exhausted from his previous mission in the garbage. Had a pounding headache from the weird emissions that device was putting off. And the headache was also due to the fact that he couldn't quite figure out what the hell happened there in the first place. Oh, no, we're good. Yeah, Bruno couldn't figure out what that device was, who placed it there, why was there so many dead Institute operatives in the vicinity when he was told that Schustrov was the only Institute operative who was assigned to work in the zone. So there's a lot of things that aren't adding up for Bruno right now, and he had a lot of questions when he went in. He certainly has even more questions now. Here's some. Biggest question of all, that device or whatever it was, the emitter, it vanished right in front of his eyes as he was tinkering with it. So, this place that the Institute used for a dead drop, I think we can use this for our stash as well. No point of letting a good spot go to waste. Considering that NPCs can loot stashes here, I doubt they're going to be finding this one. Look at this. Perfect. It's like tucked away in between the joists here. Can't really see it unless you're up here. I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna put these PDAs in here as well. Oh, I can't. Okay, that's a quest item. That's one of the PDAs I found on the Institute, guys. I don't really have anything to deposit. Go see Xenotech. Yeah, we really gotta get rid of that GVL. Wonder how much money he'll give us for it, if he'll even be interested in it. Like, I don't know if being in possession of that is the smartest thing right now, because not a lot of people are supposed to have that weapon. Let's say that. People are gonna start asking questions real quick. I think we'll sell it. От греха подальше, как говорится. Have a seat by the fire and just relax.
Учатся ничему некоторые и учиться не хотят. Кино американского насмотрелись или крышу срывает от жадности. Ты ему про аномалии, он тебе про хавку. Ни о чем думать не хотят, кроме бабок.
Добрый вечер,
Кишки
Сталкер.
плетками разбросает.
Yeah. Theostal. Zeno. Man, I wanted.
Чем тебе помочь?
Oh yeah. Oh, 33,000. It's yours. Sold. $79,000. Not bad at all. $6,000. So what can we buy for? Yeah, I think we should go see Sid. I think Sid will have quite a few things. But yeah, we're gonna have to increase our rep because remember we changed game versions, but not the save. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Pleasure as always, you know. Actually, maybe we can spice up a little. Rupture. Sure.
Найдешь какие детали для апгрейда? Подтаскивай, помозгуем.
Центр зоны тоже. Фактов кот наплакал.
Over
Опять
village.
сапожище хреновые подсунули. Что у них совсем совести нет у этих. Захуярили брошку.
Yeah, there's an artifact here that I wanted to pick up. I hope no one stole it. I stashed it, but hey, Stalker. What brings you here?
Ну, привет.
Stay away from space anomalies. Point to us where they'll teleport you somewhere useful or leave you starve in some limbo. You have to be batshit crazy to take that sort of. Well, little does he know. Shit. Oh. Someone took the artifact and left left us a freaking glow stick. It was probably that guy. On his conscience now. Bruno's not about to kill him for an artifact. But here, hold on a second. Last time we found an artifact. By surprise. Here. Yo. Hey, what is this gobstop? What are you up to, John?
Слушаю тебя.
News. Sakharov is making greater strides in psychic research. From what I hear, he started making quality anti-telepathic gear on commission. He advertised better, or at all even, he'd make a killing. Okay, that's some good intel. Who the hell is Sakharov and where do we find him? They're going down. Beautiful summer evening. This is a whole mood right now with that music. Hopefully I'll have more luck at the Great Swamps than last time. Stalker I talked to mentioned there was another way to get through instead of going head on through the church. Flank around the northern side. Bloody hard to see. Ominous bread. Get out of here. Bruno was determined to collect as many unknown artifacts and specimens and somehow get them out of the zone. His deployment was completed with or without the Institute's consent.
Здорово!
To retake these missions again because we moved our save over. Finally. Any filters? Pistol display shelf, that's cool. Okay.
Братан, ты не врубай.
rest up around the campfire.
Ну, привет.
Здорово, стоп.
А все-таки накоплю я на свой домик, чтобы у речки и лес рядом. И ни радиации тебе, ни тварей, ни сволочей разных.
Да. So it was at this very moment Bruno told these stalkers about his exciting adventures, about the time how he found this very artifact.
И никого на горизонте. Вот и ладушки. Вот и хорошо.
Without any detector instrument. And this is where he gets the nickname
А
Third
слышали
Eye.
о проводнике? Он, мол, самый первый из сталкеров в зону ходить начал. И вроде может провести практически в любую точку зоны. Так и надо. Другое дело, что найти его очень проблематично. Да и соглашается, говорят, он провести далеко не всех. Денег берет немало. Но если нашел его и договорился, то будь уверен, он тебя доставит в нужную точку зоны. Вот с ним бы потрещать. Уж он-то видел, что там, за радаром. Пишу.
Новичков нынче, что собак нерезанных. И все они лучше стариков знают. Позбивались тут в стае. Ну точно звери по цвету шкуры. Одни как разбойничали, так и разбойничают. Другие то ли нас от зоны, то ли зону от нас охраняют. Солдаты, блин, тоже. Человека им шлепнуть, что высморкаться.
Как же заебало все. Как же заебало все.
Our sleeping bag. Let's go to our spot. Safer. There's more than one exit.
Не учатся ничему некоторые, и учиться не хотят. Кино американского насмотрелись, и крышу срывает от жадности. Ты ему про аномалии, он тебе про хабар. Ни о чем
Чат,
думать
фу.
не хотят, кроме бабок, пока кишки по веткам не разбросает. Чего заскучали, мужики?
Oh, duet.
Вот это как медом помазал! Эх, вот всегда бы такая пруха была. Это если прикинуть... Ага, точно. 3-4 таких похода, как вчера. Да если б еще хабар не хуже. И все. Завязываю с зоной нахрен.
Go. Mine down.
Послушайте, мужики.
Nice. Collect their thoughts. Alright, I think bright and early we'll head out to the Great Swamps. Go to bed early, so proper up at 5. Bright and early we'll go. Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. What we got here today? Same thing as yesterday. Hit the spot. All right. Go up. Head out. How are our weapons? Polished. Good. Head out. Out of sight, out of mind. So but maybe that's okay. Wings, come in. Are you at the objective yet? Monolith. Okay. That's not good. We Rebounders. Dangerous as fuck. Barely see them. I hope that they disappear too. Dangerous, but slowly getting the hang of all this, so decided to risk it this time. Coming reckless. Godspeed. I only hope that it goes better than the first time. What was it? Alright, well it's 5 a.m. so just after. So most of the stalkers and especially bandits should still be asleep. At least that was what Bruno thought. Yeah. Search me. God knows, dude. Been dead last couple of days. Yeah. Well, I posted 2 of the episodes with Bruno's backstory in them onto YouTube, so maybe I'll bring some people over. Last episode and the one before that. And the first and second episode they'll have to come to Twitch to see. That looks good, doesn't it? Don't we all? The rad multiplayer dude is bringing everyone's hopes up again, saying that they started working on the project again, but I'm sure we'll get Stalker 2 before we get co-op anomaly. Yeah. So the map shows a break in the fence here, but there's no break in the... Well, maybe the map just shows a tree, I guess, yeah. Trees covering the fence canopy. There's a tower over there. Tower of Doom. Clear sky. Look at the devil. Anomaly 2 is in the works. The more we learn how to control the zone, the more it learns how to break free. Bloodsuckers are bad enough, but what about these new monstrosities? I've heard them called psi-suckers, but most people like to avoid talking about them altogether. Even in the middle of camp, you can't feel safe. Facts.
Здорово, дружище.
Good evening, Professor. Brings you here. Our research team is working on the theory of origin of artifacts. I am here alone. We are split up to cover as many territories as possible. Will you help me? I'm gonna need some more details. We need to bypass some anomalies and collect some radioactive dirt. I want to warn you right away. These are almost formed artifacts, so you will need a detector to search. Looking to an experienced stalker, Professor. I have everything I need. Here are the coordinates. The anomalies. Collect them with a detector. There should be samples. Alright. So the clear sky base should be just up ahead, past the tower. Oh shit, we should probably save at that campfire, eh?
Ну, рассказывай давай.
Having a quick smoke should be a save feature. Instead of pressing save. Animal face too strong, nice. Oh, yes. I could just go like this. Okay, the tower's right there. Oh, is there a guard up there? There is a guard up there. That's a good sign, but I don't know. It's not guaranteed. Our passage is not guaranteed. We'll see though. Sure we're all locked and loaded on all fronts. Why? What's so special about it? Is it because it's VR and you're actually smoking in real life? Wow, look at that water. Nice. Goddamn reeds. Anything. I feel like I need to make a run for the tower. Those goddamn beasts aren't here this time. Almost made it. Man, this great swamps have never looked this good. God damn. I'm stunned. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Screenshots. Screenshots.
Not.
No. Greetings, comrade. It just so happens to be I'm looking for your base. You wouldn't happen to point me in the right direction. I need to speak to Professor Kalancha. That matter is of most importance. Thanks for the advice, Stalker. Wow. Yeah, where the frig is the reality? There it is. That's the winter texture pack. Wow. Ah, this looks better.
Not.
Literally, dude. Definitely fat bank material. Greetings, Stalker. Got anything interesting to... Got anything interesting to share, Stalker? God damn it, stop walking away from me. Just talk to some of the more experienced stalkers, sitting at the campfires. Learn everything you need to. Enough. Alright, so we're pointed in the right direction. And according to those stalkers, the base is just up ahead here after that village. Hopefully there won't be any surprises from here to there. What was that? Why was that so terrifying there? Why do I hear snorks? I just hear a dog. Bruno's mind playing tricks on him. Come in here. Oh, I gotta go that way. Energy drink or something here. Should have energy. Alright. A lot better luck this time around than the first time, I'd say. Made it. Alright, perfect. So, let's see if we could make contact with Professor Kalancha and find the stalker by the alias Cold. Greetings, Stalker. Looking for Professor Kalancha. I've been talking a lot about the legendary Stalker who has made it to the CNPP several years ago. Apparently, he reappeared a few days ago. Why is he still in the zone? Fuck if I care. Better ask the right people if you want a clue.
И зарубки на прикладе показывают.
Greetings, Stalker. Looking for a stalker that goes by the name Cold. Oh, so he's their leader. There you go. This is intel we need. See, there was some controversy regarding Lebedev, our former leader, who, by the way, I personally never met, and he did not seem to take the opinions of the faction members into account during their crusade towards the CNPP. That mercenary certainly helped us out, but in the end, it just wasn't worth it. Those who remained at the base were unable to fight back against us as resurgence made by the renegades. The significance of our struggle in the swamps was reduced to zero, and the sacrifices on the way to this Chernobyl NPP, as well as the swamps, turned out to be in vain. Seems like the faction resentment towards their leader at the time was justified. There is more to it. After our troops had returned, we had to start a long war to take everything back. We wouldn't be able to manage in a day-to-day life without Cold. He received some help from unaffiliated stalkers and got in touch with some people through the garbage and the cordon. 3 stalkers helped us out, and having a charismatic leader certainly didn't hurt. Moreover, he's given an order to all fighters without exceptions, not to leave here. We'll take any help, but we won't risk the lives of our guys. Sounds like whoever Lebedev was and what he did, you aren't the same faction. That's your opinion. Certainly has some value to it. Right now, we have no large-scale goals, except for maybe... anyway, probably time to cut the storytelling and start the trading. Deal. What do you got to sell? Well, pass across again, librarian. Right, so talk to Cold. There's a guide to take us places.
Да-да?
Professor, you're just the man I was looking for. Tell me about yourself. Well, I am Professor E.F. Kalancha. Alongside Lebedev and Suslov, I was one of the founding members of Clear Sky. Unlike them, may they rest in peace, I stayed behind in the hidden base during their fateful raid on the Chernobyl NPP. I am the faction's head researcher. Most of the time I conducted experiments on artifacts, study mutant tissue samples, and observe anomalies. Sometimes I cooperate with Novikov to find practical applications for the results of my work. Moreover, out of necessity, I have also become the local medic. If you return injured from your excursions, or preferably with some rare specimen in your bag, well, you know where to find me. Tell me what you think about stalkers, Doctor. Many people think they understand what the zone truly is. Sadly, they are all mistaken. Some think it's a manifestation of pure evil, others call it a miracle, while certain people can only think of all the riches they might obtain. They are misguided by basic human prejudice. The zone is an incomprehensible phenomenon when viewed through the prism of human perception. Far too early far too early for us to even try. Both stalkers and the government act recklessly in their ignorance. We did as well once, thinking our knowledge superior to everyone else's, and paid dearly for that. Fascinating. Fascinating. What do you know about the zone, Professor? Young man, we have been studying the zone for several years now, but remain none the wiser. I can tell you that the zone is definitely not a natural phenomenon, but rather a result of futile endeavor devised by some overly ambitious people. We are unable to reverse its effects. The zone cannot be destroyed, nor will it disappear on its own accord. Furthermore, experience taught us that any attempt to curb or contain it will have catastrophic consequences. Presently, we, Clear Sky, believe that there is only one way to reconcile man with the zone: coexistence. That would be easier without emissions ravaging the area every few days. Speaking of which, what is causing them in the first place? How can I best explain? Let's put it like this. Any complicated system in nature that includes the zone automatically seeks equilibrium in the absence of destabilizing external factors. That was the case here a few years ago. The zone was stable and there were no significant deviations from the norm. And now, like you have said, devastating emissions regularly sweep across the zone. The system became unstable, distorted, a glitch of sorts. The zone is spewing out emissions after emission and pumping itself full of energy with each one, so much so that the readings on my sensors oscillate with unbelievable speed. Unfortunately, Lebedev and Suslov were unable to reverse the trend permanently, in spite of their tragic sacrifice. The most important lesson in all of this is that this glitch is not the product of natural cause either. This is human handiwork. It's all amazing intel that Bruno is gathering right now. Okay. Is there any work you want done in the meantime, Kalancha? You see, Ford does his best to provide supplies for us, but even after all these years, we are still in a difficult situation. There's no shortage on injuries to treat, but our medical supplies are limited. Please help me. Supplement our stock. Procure some army first aid kit. Please. Consider it done, Professor. Alright.
Я буду очень рад, если мои выводы окажутся полезными для всех нас.
Что-то как-то тихо больно.
Okay, so we have made contact with Professor Kalancha. Now we have to talk to Cold. I believe he's in here. Greetings, Stalker. You must be Cold.
Здравствуй, здравствуй!
Tell me about yourself, Stalker. I've come a long way to see you. Well, where do I begin? They call me Cold in these parts. I'm the leader of Clear Sky. Used to be the old drinks dispenser here a long time ago, until I handed that honor over to Librarian, once we caught wind of what happened to Lebedev, Suslov, and the rest of our commanders. After long and intense negotiations with the latest shipment of smuggled vodka, the local force decided that I was best suited for taking over the reins, and I've been holding on to them ever since. tell me a little bit more about Clear Sky from your perspective. What is it you want to know? Wasn't the faction destroyed? Almost, but we managed to pull through. While most of our guys were wiped out at the power plant, not all of us were. A good number were still in our other territories, which were later cut off from the rest of the zone by anomalies following the emission. When it became obvious to those in the swamps at the time that they were almost trapped here with no easy way out, everything went to hell. Honest stalkers became bandits overnight, while the rest of us tried to flee to our base, or live off the area's mutants. We took on a lot of men, and our food stores ensured their loyalty, and after a little while it became obvious we'd need a new leader. I took on the burden and asked Librarian to man the bar in my place. He'd earned quite a name for himself in the short time since he joined. After a few months of tit for tat, raiding with the bandits, we managed to smoke most of them out. But that didn't stop the army from feeling like they needed to move in and finish the job. Even now, they still have the bird of theirs watching the areas they took over. What's your call? I can't talk anymore. What's your current goal, Cold? Thing is, we don't have a single goal. Poor Lebedev was an ambitious man. He taught me to discover all of the zone's dirty little secrets and use the knowledge to tame or contain it. That didn't exactly pan out, though. Nowadays, we do basically the same thing we used to do. We hunt mutants, collect artifacts, and do some research on them. Every once in a while, we recover some interesting documents from an old underground lab, but we don't engage turf wars with other factions, and we definitely don't plan another bold campaign into the heart of the zone anytime soon. Unlike duty, we don't try to destroy it. We don't want to open an amusement park here like the folks of freedom either. For now, we coexist. Better keep a low profile like the good old times before the final raid. So, Clear Sky members basically do whatever they want now. In a manner of speaking. We're all like-minded people with a similar interest, so the guys pretty much keep to their tasks without me actively telling them what to do all the time. Been working out well so far. Okay. Well, there we go.
Заходи еще, а то скукотища тут. Потрепаться целыми днями не с кем.
Обязательно.
А стрёмное местечко-то, да?
Okay, so Bruno has introduced himself to Cold, made contact with Cold, he's made contact with Kalancha. So that's another small portion of his primary objective completed. So going forward, we're gonna have to get on Kalancha's good side. We're gonna have to earn his trust to the point where he will want to share Nimble's whereabouts, or even just any information regarding Nimble. But I think we'll have to do a couple jobs before we pop the question about Nimble. But that's it. We're here. We're ready to progress the story. Alright, let me see. I think I'm gonna put on the recording. I'm pretty much gonna end the stream here, but for the sake of the recording, I'm gonna play the backstory one more time before the stream ends. I haven't played the stream at all, so just for people that watch the broadcast later. If anyone hasn't seen any of the previous episodes, so You guys are in the know. Still working on the illustrations for the story. Ah, man, it's insane how much time it takes. Especially if you want there to be a lot of slides. All right, guys. So once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little stream. I think it's been short and sweet. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. And I'm gonna leave you with the backstory, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out, guys. Have a great night or rest of your day, whatever it is. Enjoy the backstory.
Name, Bruno Slager. Nickname, Third Eye. Born, June 6, 1989. Age, 34. Place of birth, Wołomin, Poland. Family, father, mother, both alive. Backstory. Born in the late 80s during the fall of communism and the population boom in Poland, Bruno grew up in Wołomin, a small town known for its glassworking industry. His family belonged to the middle class, and his father worked as a glass worker in a local factory. Growing up, Bruno witnessed the daily struggles of his family in making ends meet. His father would return home, exhausted from long hours of physically demanding labor. The relentless grind of his father's work left a lasting impression on Bruno, who developed a profound respect for his father's perseverance and resilience. From a young age, Bruno was exposed to numerous hardships, which, coupled with his father's tales of toil and struggles as an average factory worker, left a lasting but positive impact on him. It was through these life experiences, and his father's words, that a firm belief in the transformative power of intellect and the inherent value of knowledge was instilled within him. Bruno's innate curiosity and insatiable thirst for learning were nurtured by his parents, who consistently encouraged him to pursue education as a gateway to a better and more prosperous life. Bruno's childhood adventures around the industrial areas of Wołomin played a significant role in preparing him for the perils of his future life. Growing up, he and his friends would often explore abandoned factories and decaying structures, seeking thrills and mysteries in the remnants of the town's industrial past. They would climb rusty ladders, sneak through broken windows, and venture into the eerie depths of dilapidated buildings, always curious about what secrets lay hidden within. One memorable adventure took Bruno and his friends to an old glass factory on the outskirts of Wołomin. The abandoned building, with its shattered windows and overgrown vegetation, held an air of mystery and danger. Undeterred by the warnings of locals, the group ventured inside, armed with flashlights and adrenaline-fueled excitement. As they made their way through the dimly lit corridors, Bruno's heart raced with a mixture of fear and anticipation. In one of the rooms, they discovered a hidden underground passage, its entrance concealed by debris and fallen beams. Intrigued by the possibility of uncovering something extraordinary, they crawled through the narrow opening, their hearts pounding in their chests. Emerging into a vast underground chamber, their flashlights revealed rows of forgotten glass artifacts, covered in a thick layer of dust. It was a mesmerizing sight, as if they had stumbled upon a forgotten treasure trove. The group spent hours exploring the underground chamber, marveling at the intricate glasswork and imagining the stories behind each piece. Bruno's fascination with the artistry and craftsmanship ignited his passion for science and discovery. These small adventures in Bruno's hometown not only honed his physical endurance and resilience, but also cultivated a sense of wonder and an unwavering spirit of exploration. They would lay the foundation for his later expeditions in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, where danger lurked around every corner, and the unknown beckoned with both allure and peril. But even through the excitement of all his adventures, Bruno never forgot about the importance of the pursuit of knowledge and academia. as was instilled into him by his parents over all these years.
Заходи, если потрепаться
He
охота
recognized that while exploration and discovery brought him joy and fulfillment, they were only made possible by the foundation of education and a thirst for learning. Bruno's remarkable journey taught him that true wisdom lies not only in the thrill of discovery, but also in the understanding that knowledge is the compass that guides us through the vast mysteries of the universe. And so, armed with a spirit of curiosity and a dedication to learning, Bruno continued his quest for knowledge. As the years passed, Bruno excelled in his studies and developed a keen interest in science, particularly in the fields of chemistry and physics. He would spend countless hours, sometimes weeks, or even months at a time, buried in his books and research papers. He conducted endless experiments in makeshift laboratories he set up wherever and whenever he could. His hard work and dedication paid off, and at the age of 19, he earned a scholarship to the prestigious Warsaw University. During his university years, Bruno found himself in a friendly rivalry with his classmates, constantly striving to outperform them academically. This competitive environment fueled his drive to succeed even further, and gave him a chance to meet like-minded individuals with whom he developed lasting friendships. One of these individuals was Valerie Shustroff, aka Nimble. Valerie would later play a pivotal role in Bruno's life. Despite encountering occasional setbacks, Bruno remained resolute in pursuing his goals, and eventually achieved the remarkable feat of graduating with honors. Alongside him, his newfound comrade, Valerie, also emerged triumphant. Both of them distinguished themselves by finishing at the pinnacle of their class, with Bruno consistently maintaining a slight edge academically. After successfully completing his degrees in both chemistry and physics, Bruno didn't have to wait long before receiving a call from the State Labor Board. They extended him a promising opportunity, an entry-level researcher position within a highly secure laboratory at the confidential and very controversial International Institute of Extraterrestrial Cultures, or the IIEC. The IIEC, shrouded in controversy and operating under a cloak of utmost confidentiality, remained veiled from the public eye, through substantial investments from unknown benefactors. Persistent conspiracy theories circulated, suggesting that the institute delved into the realms of paranormal phenomena, enigmatic behavior, UFO encounters, and other fringe scientific pursuits that traced back to the 1940s. Moreover, some attributed the catastrophic ecological disasters, such as the infamous Chernobyl nuclear power plant incident on April 26, 1986, to the clandestine actions of the IIEC. Nevertheless, concrete evidence establishing the involvement or even the existence of the enigmatic institution remained elusive. Bruno possessed a deep familiarity with the conspiracies surrounding the institute, which had piqued his interest during his university studies. Therefore, when presented with an opportunity to join the institute, he eagerly seized it. Bruno willingly signed a state military pact to secrecy, along with numerous other NDAs, commencing his career with the IIEC. There, he applied his extensive knowledge of chemistry and physics, employing his intellect to conduct groundbreaking research and experiments. To his astonishment, Bruno soon discovered that many of the conspiracy theories he and his colleagues had discussed in university were actually partially true, in various ways. Bruno found himself bestowed with an extraordinary opportunity to engage with phenomena that remained concealed from the knowledge of most, existing only in the realm of pseudoscience and speculation. The sheer magnitude of these enigmatic specimens was such that merely hearing about them seemed implausible, let alone having the chance to witness or interact with them firsthand. Indeed, some of these awe-inspiring encounters would be regarded as sheer fiction by those who lacked access to the classified realms of the Institute. Sharing such revelations with individuals beyond a specific clearance level would likely result in disbelief, branding Bruno as nothing short of a madman. Working at the I.I.E.C. initially felt like Bruno had found his true calling. However, he soon realized that his rank and clearance would limit his research and potential. The bureaucracy within the institute stifled his progress. Despite facing these barriers, Bruno's passion for knowledge and science constantly tempted him to push beyond the confines of his lab. Over time, he found himself daydreaming about the origins of the specimens he studied, and yearning for the opportunity to explore the Institute's hidden secrets, even at great personal risk. Immersed in a constant stream of studies and research papers, Bruno found himself confronted with a constant barrage of unprecedented specimens, their origins often shrouded in mystery. Attempting to decipher their true nature past a certain point proved to be an arduous task, leaving him grappling for answers. However, his pursuit of knowledge encountered significant obstacles. Exploring the depths of the Institute's affairs beyond one's designated clearance level violated the stringent secrecy pact. A transgression punishable by termination or even graver consequences. The Institute left no room for ambiguity regarding its stance on information leaks, making their uncompromising position abundantly clear during the initial interview process. One seemingly ordinary Thursday in the lab, Bruno was assigned a study on an anomalous specimen unlike anything he had encountered in his nearly decade-long tenure at the Institute. Housed in a large borosilicate cube container made of thick glass, the unknown artifact appeared to be otherworldly. An accompanying brass tag marked "empty" further intrigued Bruno, and he became consumed with unraveling its origin and purpose. Despite rigorous analysis and research, the artifact's true nature remained a scientific enigma. Bruno and his colleagues, though aware of its dielectric composition, had yet to determine the exact conditions necessary for its formation. The artifact emitted substantial radiation and possessed 2 copper discs, each of about 20 centimeters in diameter and separated by 1.5 feet of empty space. However, the force keeping the discs apart and the artifact's classified origin remained mysterious. Attached to the artifact container, Bruno discovered a file folder containing a hastily written piece of paper. The words sprawled across the page, bearing the mark of urgency. It read, to put it simply, these objects resemble 2 copper discs, akin to saucers in size, with a thickness of about 1/4 inch. Remarkably, there exists a space of approximately 1.5 feet between them. And yet, within that void, there is absolute nothingness, pure emptiness that extends infinitely. Curiously, one can insert their hand, or even their head, if overwhelmed by the inexplicable nature of it all, only to encounter more of the same. Vacant air. However, despite this void, there exists an undeniable force that keeps the discs apart. They cannot be compressed together, nor can they be pulled apart by any means thus far attempted. What we have ascertained is that these discs emit a substantial amount of radiation. The note was signed by someone named Nimble. As weeks passed, Bruno's unwavering dedication, exceptional scientific acumen, and insatiable curiosity did not go unnoticed by the Chief of Research, Professor Aslanov. Impressed by Bruno's relentless pursuit of understanding the artifact, Aslanov approached him with a proposition. Recognizing Bruno as the most skilled and dedicated scientist within the Institute, the chief proposed an illicit arrangement, conducted under the table, that could potentially provide them with the elusive answers they sought. The proposition put forth was a tantalizing one: guaranteed access to the Institute's fields of operations, also known as exclusion zones, exclusively granted to Bruno. However, there were 2 crucial conditions attached. Bruno would have to navigate the zones independently, without any official support from the Institute. The second condition to the proposition was that Bruno was to complete any task the Institute may present him with during his deployment. Maintaining strict secrecy surrounding his presence within the zone was imperative, with knowledge of his involvement limited to the upper echelons of the IIEC, shared only among Bruno, Professor Aslanov, and one other select individual. The chief's contact within the zone of operations. Name, Valerie Shustroff, known by the intriguing alias, Nimble. Astonishingly, Nimble turned out to be none other than Bruno's long-lost friend, with whom he had lost contact after their university graduation. Following their shared university journey, the Institute swiftly recruited Shustroff, assigning him to the even more secretive Field Operative Department. It was Nimble who had vouched for Bruno's capabilities upon hearing of his employment at the Institute, and recommended him to the chief for this covert operation. Valerie had been assigned to a perilous mission within the infamous Chernobyl exclusion zone. His objective was to infiltrate a self-proclaimed scientific research group known as Clear Sky, whose activities and presence within the exclusion zone were deemed a direct threat to the IIEC. the orders given to Shustroff upon his deployment were clear: infiltrate and eliminate the threat. However, contact with Shustroff has been abruptly severed, rendering him missing in action. The latest recorded communication with Shustroff came in the form of a distress call originating from an unidentified location, in the southern parts of the zone. The fate of Valery Shustroff remains uncertain, raising concerns and leaving an air of apprehension surrounding his well-being. Within the Institute, field ops remained a subject of myth and legend, deemed non-existent by most. Yet, here they stood, their presence confirmed through Nimble's existence and Bruno's newfound connection to this elusive division. Accepting the chief's offer, Bruno learned more about the upcoming operation. To his astonishment, he discovered that the artifact he had been studying was initially obtained from the Chernobyl exclusion zone by none other than Valery Shustroff, aka Nimble. Bruno's official primary objective upon deployment became locating and rescuing his friend while avoiding any possible indication of Institute involvement. Failure to complete the mission, or any attempt to hinder Institute operations, would result in severe consequences, including but not limited to, termination of contracts and operatives. Chief Aslanov fervently cautioned Bruno about the perils that awaited within the treacherous confines of the zone. With a somber tone, he painted a vivid picture of a war-ravaged wasteland, teeming with armed factions, lawless anarchists, and ruthless bandits. The chief warned of countless other ungodly dangers lurking in every shadow, ready to snatch away lives unexpectedly. However, despite the ominous warnings, Bruno's unyielding determination and insatiable curiosity outweighed any trepidation. Despite the chilling tales and horrifying accounts, the allure of the unknown held an irresistible grip on Bruno. For countless years, he had been consumed by dreams and visions of this very moment. Now, driven by an insatiable blend of scientific curiosity and personal fascination, he mustered the courage to sever ties with his stable job and embark on the journey of a lifetime, to the Chernobyl exclusion zone. A realm unbeknownst to many, its secrets beckoned to him with unwavering intensity. Bruno's eagerness to unravel its mysteries burned bright once again. Fully cognizant of the multitude of risks and challenges that awaited him, and hazards that could claim his life, Bruno willingly embraced the perilous path in his unyielding pursuit of knowledge, science, and the boundaries that delineated the possible from the impossible. In order to fortify himself against the perils he might encounter, Bruno underwent arduous military basic combat training and specialized instruction in CBRN, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear operations and equipment. The clandestine arrangements for these rigorous preparations were orchestrated by the enigmatic Chief Aslanov. Inspired by his grandfather's tales as a military veteran, Bruno honed his survival skills, combat prowess, and adeptness in navigating hazardous environments. He delved deep into the depth of knowledge concerning the zone and its enigmatic workings, absorbing every ounce of intelligence that the Institute had been privy to. Once again, it was Chief Aslanov himself who provided Bruno with this valuable information. As weeks passed, he packed his belongings and bid emotional farewells to loved ones. Bruno embarked on a transformative journey aboard numerous means of transportation that would take him to his inaugural expedition within the foreboding Chernobyl exclusion zone. Confronted with the intricate challenges of crossing borders, he relied on his resourcefulness and wit when circumstances demanded. When needed, resorted to bribery to navigate the labyrinthine maze of bureaucratic obstacles obstructing his path. Finally, he arrived at the cordon, to an area nestled on the periphery of the exclusion zone, known among seasoned stalkers as the Rookie Village. This designation spoke to the area's reputation as a testing ground for novices venturing into the zone's unforgiving depths. Armed with limited intelligence but a resolute objective, Bruno began to employ his intellect and cunning to gradually orient himself, gather new information, and forge connections within the cordon and its surroundings, all while maintaining a low profile. As he ventured into the southern reaches of the zone, Bruno encountered a diverse array of factions and individuals, some hostile, others amicable. He swiftly garnered a reputation for his amiable nature, eschewing violence in favor of conversation and willingly sharing his wealth of knowledge with fellow explorers. His extroverted demeanor, and genuine interest in the stories of those who had experienced life both within and beyond the zone quickly earned him the trust and respect of the stalker community from the outset of his odyssey and onward. Even as he toiled towards his primary objective and familiarized himself with the unforgiving terrain, Bruno wasted no time. Every moment of respite was dedicated to research on the zone's anomalous formations and the relentless pursuit of artifacts, abundant treasures concealed within the depths of the zone. It wasn't long before Bruno discovered that the initial allure of the so-called empty was merely a prelude to the myriad of wonders concealed within the zone's unfathomable depths. Now that he stood at the epicenter of this enigmatic realm, he possessed the means to unravel the answers to the countless questions that had accumulated within him over the years, questions that defied the natural laws of physics and human biology. Compelled by an insatiable thirst for understanding, Bruno forged ahead, unwilling to relent until he had unearthed every last secret shrouded by the zone's cold, foreboding veil. Throughout the years, Bruno developed an extraordinary talent for locating artifacts without the aid of detectors, earning him the revered nickname Third Eye among the local stalkers. His heightened senses, innate intuition, and profound understanding of the zone enabled him to uncover hidden treasures and unravel the often dangerous secrets that lay within. Bruno's prowess grew to the extent that he became a master at finding the safest and quickest routes through the most inhospitable and treacherous areas of the zone. Over time, Bruno fostered connections with various factions operating within the zone, amassing valuable intelligence that propelled him towards his ultimate objective. He had successfully confirmed the existence of the scientific research group known as Clear Sky, yet their precise location remained a mystery. They were believed to be hidden somewhere deep within the Great Swamps. Bruno also managed to obtain the names of two stalkers suspected of working for Clear Sky, Professor E.F. Kalancha and a skilled operative known only by the alias, Cold. Establishing contact with these individuals became an essential secondary objective for Bruno. With an elaborate plan in mind, Bruno aimed to infiltrate the ranks of Clear Sky by leveraging his extensive knowledge of the zone, his scientific expertise, and his unparalleled ability to navigate and comprehend the anomalous phenomena that permeated the area. Using these skills, he planned on positioning himself as Professor Kalancha's trusted accomplice, and in turn, Bruno sought to extract further intelligence regarding the zone, the whereabouts of Nimble, and any other information deemed of interest to the Institute. The success of Bruno's mission stood as a vital imperative for the survival and future endeavors of the IIEC, International Institute of Extraterrestrial Cultures. Traits. Bruno's character is a multifaceted blend of traits that define him within the context of his journey through the Chernobyl exclusion zone. 1. Tenacious learner. Bruno's insatiable curiosity and thirst for knowledge drive him to explore even the most dangerous territories, constantly seeking to uncover the mysteries that lie within the zone. 2. Kind-hearted and amicable, generally warm and friendly. Bruno possesses a compassionate nature that fosters connections with others. He readily forms relationships and alliances within the stalker community, recognizing the value of camaraderie in navigating the challenges of the zone. 3. Prone to panic attacks. The overwhelming nature of the zone occasionally overwhelms Bruno, leading to panic attacks. He grapples with his own vulnerabilities, but strives to manage them as he confronts the perils that surround him. 4. Limited use of violence. Bruno adheres to a moral code that restrains him from resorting to violence unless it is absolutely necessary for self-defense, or to protect others. He values the preservation of life and seeks non-violent resolutions whenever possible. 5. Meticulous preparedness. Bruno's meticulous nature is evident in all aspects of his life. He firmly believes in being over-prepared rather than under-prepared, leaving no stone unturned in his quest for thoroughness and readiness. 6. Bookworm and pursuer of knowledge. Bruno is a dedicated bookworm, driven by an insatiable hunger for knowledge. His continuous pursuit of information fuels his understanding of the zone and its anomalies. 7. Hopeless musician. Bruno's passion for music extends beyond his scientific pursuits. Despite his lack of prowess, he harbors a deep love for playing musical instruments, often finding solace and escape in the melodies he creates.
What's up,
8.
Lolly?
White Cloud. Fortune seems to favor Bruno, as he frequently experiences strokes of luck in the face of adversity.
Welcome, welcome, but
This
we're just
white
wrapping
cloud
up.
phenomenon often lends him a favorable edge when navigating the dangers of the zone. As Bruno's character is shaped by these traits, he faces the relentless challenges of the zone with intellect, adaptability, and compassion. His greatest traits will be put to trial again and again as he explores the zone.
Wolf,
His pursuit of knowledge
where
and
were you guys
determination
this
to
whole
find
time?
and save his friend propel him forward, even in the face of daunting odds. Bruno's character is intricately molded by his unwavering pursuit of knowledge,
Now everyone
his
shows up.
unyielding determination to
When I
unravel
plan
the
to end the
mysteries
stream.
concealed within the enigmatic Chernobyl exclusion zone, and his unwavering resolve to locate and rescue his friend. Adaptability is one of his greatest strengths, enabling him to navigate the unforgiving and treacherous environments
Stalker
he encounters.
Anthology?
Despite the ceaseless trials and perils he faces, Bruno's intellect
can't say I
remains
have.
resolute, serving as a guiding light in his quest for understanding the anomalies that pervade the zone. His resourcefulness allows him to find innovative solutions to the myriad challenges he encounters, leveraging his knowledge and skills to overcome
Might have been one of
obstacles
the
that impede
1,000
his
Stalker mods
progress.
I've tried at some point. Hold on,
Compassion
let me see.
forms a core aspect of Bruno's character,
Is it new or
compelling
no?
him to not only seek answers for his own sake, but also to bring understanding and aid to others affected by the zone's mysteries. His empathy for fellow inhabitants of the zone drives him to forge connections, extend assistance, and provide solace amidst the chaos. Bruno's character epitomizes resilience and an unquenchable thirst for enlightenment. While facing constant adversities, he persists with unwavering determination, driven by the belief that the secrets held within the zone must
I'll
be
look into
unraveled
it
for the
today. Maybe
betterment of
we'll
humanity.
try it out. We'll see.
As he continues his journey, his unwavering spirit and
Thanks for
multifaceted
telling me.
strengths make him an invaluable asset in the ongoing quest to unravel the enigmas and discover the truths that lie hidden within the zone's depths. Throughout the years, Bruno developed an extraordinary talent
pretty
for
dope.
locating artifacts without the aid of detectors, earning him the revered nickname Third Eye among the local stalkers. His heightened senses, innate intuition, and profound understanding of the zone enabled him to uncover hidden treasures and unravel the often dangerous secrets that lay within. Bruno's prowess grew to the extent that he became a master at finding the safest and quickest routes through the most inhospitable and treacherous areas of the zone. Over time,
All right.
Bruno fostered connections with various factions operating within the zone, amassing valuable intelligence that propelled him towards his
I might delete that part because it's kind of just a repeat of everything else I say earlier. It was meant to be kind of a conclusion, but it's kind of redundant. Yeah, you might. You never know, man. I'm working on an illustration for this story. I'm editing and spicing up the story as we go too, so it's gonna be quite good by the end of it all. But yeah, that's it for today's stream. Again, I see you guys came in pretty late today. If you want, I'm gonna publish it right away. So if you want to see what we were up to, more than welcome to catch the upload. Also, previous stream was interesting. Say, unusual. Yeah, dude, you too. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for popping in, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll probably be streaming most of the day again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys then. Just save. Game saved. Okay. Guys, if you joined the stream after the backstory, watch the upload for the backstory if you're interested. Out.